Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with episode number 3 of the Tottenham career mode, and as you can see in the background, we're just finalising that offer for the very young Valencia left back Gaia, and he'll be coming in for just a small fee, 1.3 million, and hopefully he can have an impact out on loan at a loan club. But we're coming into this one with the first game of the episode. It's the third friendly at home against Napoli. Now Napoli's going to be a good test because they are a very good side. They're going to be a side that will actually in the Champions League, so they're in a better competition than us in Europe, so it'll be a really good test. But this was a lovely move to put us 1-0 up here. Paulinho finishing it off after a couple of really nice intricate passes and then a lob through ball for Defoe to chase on to square the ball across, and Paulinho volleyed it into the back of the net. But we weren't ahead for long. Armero's going to get tackled here, drops to Barami. The first shot is well saved, but that is a dirty little dink over the top of Hugo Lloris. That is a wonderful finish from Barami to bring them back on level terms at 1-1, and then just 10 minutes before time, Dembele's going to have a shot here, and this is really controversial. You can see there the defender flies up to block it. Referee gives a penalty for handball, and you'll be able to see from the replay it is handball. But the controversy comes in as we span the camera around. Is the hand actually inside the box? As far as I can make out, where it actually makes contact with his hand, it's outside the box. That should be a free kick, not a penalty. So maybe they've brought in some sort of the referees will make decisions that aren't quite correct in this game. We'll have to wait and see. I've seen a couple of offside decisions given that weren't offside, and maybe that's a penalty decision given that wasn't a penalty. So maybe we'll see some controversial decisions from the referees, etc., in games this year. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on as we push forward into the main season. But we're putting a £10 million bid here for Hector Moreno. Now I really enjoyed playing with him on Ultimate Team last year, and I scouted him this year, and actually he looks like he could be quite a good signing for career mode this year. Very strong. Does have a decent amount of pace as well. They rejected the initial £10 million bid. He's only worth 6.5, I think it was, or 7. So I put in a bid of 11.3 when they actually wanted 12, and we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But almost perfect timing. We get a bid for Michael Dawson. I accept the £4.1 million offer, but unfortunately he actually turned Atalanta down, saying he didn't want to relocate. Which is disappointing, considering if I'm going to bring in another centre-back, I'm going to want him off the books. But we had the £11.3 million bid accepted for Hector Moreno, so we'll send the contract offer to him. I didn't put a squad role in that one, so he's not going to slot straight into the first team, so I didn't want to put squad rotation player, etc., because I didn't want him to think, oh no, I don't want to sign if I'm only going to have that sort of squad role. But he did actually reject the initial offer with no squad role selected. But I put important first team player just to kind of try and entice him in, and hopefully, I mean, sometimes you just have to lie to people to tell them they're going to be more important than they actually are to get them to come into the club. So that's what we've done there basically, but hopefully Hector Moreno will accept that bid. But it's opening day time. Now, Crystal Palace away is the opening game of the season. The one thing I would like to quickly ask, would you like me to see me play some of the skill games, either with like a live com or a post commentary about a topic, or maybe just with some music in the background of me going through the different stages of each particular skill game? Let me know in the comments down below whether you'd like to see that, because maybe that's something I could put out over the next couple of weeks or so. But we're back to Premier League action. The first game of the season away at Crystal Palace. Of course, it is following the real life match fixtures. So that's very pleasing actually to be able to keep up with the everyday running of the Premier League, and we can kind of compare how we're getting on to how Tottenham are getting on in real life. But we get off to a great start there. Dembele with the initial header, and I thought that was really weak of the goalkeeper to let a header in there from like 15-16 yards. But you'll see from this replay here, look, he couldn't commit to the dive because he was going over the top of a couple of players, and if that had taken a nick and he'd already dived, then he might have missed it anyway. So it was quite a realistic goal in actual fact, even though at first glance he looked a little bit weak. But Soldado went close there with a nice shot, got around the defender, and managed to get the shot in. But Felipe, actually making his debut apparently for Crystal Palace, was actually able to make the decent save, and the corner came in, and that looked really weird when it came in. The ball kind of accelerated really fast off the challenge from the defender. See, Yunus Kabul goes up really well, great leap from him, but the defender goes up. This one is a clear handball again, definitely inside the box this time, so it is a penalty to us, and Soldado is our main penalty taker, and he doesn't miss, pops it right into the top left hand corner, and that's 2-0 to us in the 29th minute. Pardon me, and we were going to have a chance to make it 3-0 here Dembele plays the ball into Christian Eriksen. He's got a bit of space on the edge of the box, so decides to have a go at a whip, and that is really, really close to that far top corner. Disappointing not to go in, but we go in at half-time with a 2-0 lead, so we're looking convincing in the first half, and definitely looking forward to going on and pushing on in the second half to get ourselves further in front. But actually, just 5 minutes after the break, they get themselves back, or get themselves one back. A lovely take from Marouane Chamakh there, shows the strength to hold off Vertonghen, and a really nice finish. I was late drawing Lloris off the line. It's my fault, that goal, and he was able to lift it over the top of him. But we were going to get ourselves back to 2 goals in front here. Sandro plays a lovely through ball. Soldado here shows just pure strength to get past the defender, and that is a gorgeous turn inside. It really, really is. The feet there to turn inside the second defender and get the shot away was absolutely sublime. You'll be able to see from the replay. He drops his centre of gravity, drops his shoulder as well, and just glides it inside there with that left foot, completely wrong foots the defender, and then it's a tidy finesse into the top corner to give us 3 points on the opening day of the season. So we take 3 points and 3 goals from day one in the Premier League, and I thought, fantastic, that might put us top of the league, considering that's a decent scoreline. But we come back to find out that Arsenal have beaten Aston Villa 5-1, and Chelsea have beaten Hull City 3-0, so we aren't actually going to be top of the league as we head into the second round of fixtures. But I will quickly step across to the league table here so we can have a look and see how things stand. As you can see, we are third behind Arsenal and Chelsea, with Sunderland, West Ham and Norwich also picking up wins on opening day. Of course, Liverpool-Swansea is the Monday night kickoff, and Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle and Stoke also play on the Sunday. So that's going to wrap this one up then, guys. So thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't by clicking on the annotation on the screen or on the link in the description, and there will be an annotation on screen over the little play button to yesterday's episode if you did miss it. Of course, there will have been a pack-only Road to Glory or a Pac-Man episode that came out earlier on this afternoon, so do feel free to check the channel page for that as well. And that's all from me for this one, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.